Everyone's favorite sampling app Koala got a really cool update that improves the sample chopping workflow by adding a new instrument called Chopper. This instrument adds non-destructive chopping, which means that the sample takes up only one pad and you play the slices with the keyboard mode instead of converting each slice to a separate sample slot. So this makes it easier to process or edit the sample after you've chopped it, because you only need to do it for a single sample and it affects all slices. The old method of separating each slice to its own slot is still available, of course, in case you need to apply different settings or effects to different slices. So let me show you how to use Chopper to make a beat by sampling an old soul song and go through some of Koala's awesome features like video import, time stretch, and even stem separation, which make for an awesome sampling workflow. And it even has a synth to add your own melodic parts. And all of this for a total of $15 to get all the features. Makes you wonder why people spend so much money on expensive gear to make music. So the song that we're flipping today is called My Secret Fantasy by The Controllers. So I've recorded the sample as video internally, so I'm just gonna import it. Let's edit it. Okay, so I'm just gonna set the starting and the end point. Alright, so now that I've found the beginning of the end of the part that I wanna use, let me crop the sample so that we have a certain number of bars. I think it's 32. So I've set the tempo to 89 BPM, so let me also stretch that sample. I'm also going to pitch it down to semitones. We also have the stem splitting. Let's split the stems, just going to remove the drums. And it's cool that we have this merge selected option. Serato Sample also has this feature where you can just remove one stem and have all the rest of the stems playing together. So this makes it really easy to, let's say, just remove the drums and keep the rest intact. By the way, the reason I find this feature so valuable, and it's not available on every platform actually, is because it makes for more interesting happy accidents when playing the chopped sample, as opposed to using each stem individually. It's like finding an open musical part that has no drums on a record. There's usually several instruments playing together, which adds this classic vibe when you chop it and rearrange the part. And props to the maker of Koala for including this feature. So I'm just gonna enable merge selected, hit split. Takes a bit of time to do it because it's a bit of a long sample. So let's chop it with Chopper. Go to Tools, Convert to Chopper. Just gonna go to Mix. Gonna EQ the low end a bit because I actually left the bass in. Maybe I should have removed the bass as well. So with Chopper we have two modes, and by default it uses auto. This detects the transients of the sample and places the slices accordingly, and by increasing and decreasing the number of slices you set the sensitivity of this transient detection. So this is really cool for drums, but for this particular sample just gonna go for equal. And we have 16 chops. And we can also add slices by pressing on this bottom area of the sample, or we can also use this area as well to move the slices, to set them more precisely. So the cool thing about Chopper is that I don't need to convert the slices, they will not be extracted and they are not gonna take space here on the sample slots. I will just go to the sequence page, enable the keyboard mode here, press on Chopper, and now I can play the slices. Right, let's record some drums, and I'm gonna make sure quantize is off. Let's go sequence the sample. Hit the keyboard mode, choose the sample, and let's play on the grid. So basically you can use the grid or the keyboard mode, it doesn't really matter. You will trigger the separate slices by playing different notes. So with the keyboard mode, it's going to look like this, and the sample always starts from the C note. So now we have 2 bars of drums. I'm just gonna copy the sequence and double it up to have 4 bars to play a longer sample sequence. I'm just gonna go back to my sample edit. So by default, Chopper sets it to 1 shot. So this means that the slices will play all the way through. So I'm just gonna disable 1 shot. This is in the so-called gate mode. So this means that the sample will only play as long as I hold the note. And by default it's set to mono. This means that the slices will not overlap. They will cut each other off, which is what we want for a melodic sample like this one, because if they start overlapping, it's gonna become total mess. A year ago or so, Koala also added this Koala synth, and this is a bass patch that I've made myself. This was my first sequence, and here's another one I made using different parts from the sample. And with Koala, you don't even need an SP404 for those cool performance effects. You have them right here on the Perform tab. And if you've watched my previous videos, you know I usually add a lot of musical parts to my beats, even when starting from samples. But for this one, I felt keeping it minimal worked better, so I just added a tambourine loop to fill out the drum track, and this is how it all turned out in the end. So if you enjoyed the video, hit the like button, subscribe if you're new here, and check out my packs from the link down in the video description. And here's another video you can watch after this one, and I will catch you later.